Here we are from John D. Hanson Stadium in Osseo, Minnesota. I'm Eric Nordquist, and it's the national game of the week. Minneapolis City Soccer Club hosting Med City FC, National Premier Soccer League action. Here's your starting 11 versus Med City. It's sponsored by Twin Cities Orthopedics, and in net, it is James Nair making his second straight start for the Crows. Defensively, Charlie Adams to the left, Max Kent and Aaron Olsen, your center backs. Mark Height is your right back. In the midfield, Max Stigwart and Martin Browne handling business. Ben Wexler, number 21, in the midfield as well. Your wingers, Whitney Brown, Isaac Frent, and then up top, Branden McGarrity. Again, that is your starting 11, brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics. A couple of players tonight that you'll want to watch. Martin Browne, 6 assists last season. It was team leading. Keys for him, of course, creating chances, finding space in the midfield, and pushing the game forward into the attacking third for Minneapolis City. And then Isaac Frent, Goose they call him, 6 goals, led the team in goals last year. And it's about getting the ball in attacking positions and getting shots on target. You watched the 2-2 draw last week versus Sioux Falls, and it was about finishing chances. That's something against a stingy defensive unit coming from Med City that will be very important for the Crows to secure 3 points this evening. Fun match ahead of us at James D. Hanson Stadium. Last year, last game of the season, Minneapolis City actually knocked Med City out of playoff contention with a 1-0 victory on the last weekend. So certainly maybe revenge or redemption is the name of the game here. Crows also looking to improve off of what they may have felt was a victory that fell short of them with the 2-2 draw in Sioux Falls last week. Med City, this is their first match in MPSL action of the year. And we're underway here at James D. Hanson Stadium. Crows controlling early. Aaron Olsen with it. Turnover in the midfield. Looking back at 2017, Minneapolis City finishing third in the North Conference in MPSL with 25 points. Med City right along with them at 25 points as well. Just a spot behind them in goal differential. Minneapolis and Med City, though, tied for the fewest goals allowed in 2017. So two teams that don't allow opponents to get into the net very often. Early action now, feeling each other out. Turnover in the midfield. Moving forward, Claudio Repetto just called shortly offside. Nice job by the Crows defensive unit to push up just in time. You'll see up front Claudio Repetto, Francisco Neto trying to tally goals for the visiting Med City. Nate Levy in net. James Nair puts it back into play. Controlled in the midfield, Ignacio Garrido. Our first foul of the night goes the way of Med City. Keys for Minneapolis City tonight, simply enough, converting chances. They're not going to get the same opportunities as they did a week ago. Got to be better in the final third. And just composure defensively. This team missed the MPSL playoffs last season by a slim margin. You can look back at a couple of draws that became narrow losses instead of narrow wins. And then just feasting at home. They're in the comfy confines tonight here in Osseo. You got to get 3 points, make everything difficult, find confidence in front of the home crowd. And just start off a 3-game week with 3 points. That's what it comes down to. Busy turnaround on Wednesday for Minneapolis City. Twin Stars in Minnetonka, then Dakota Fusion on Saturday. So starting off with a victory today, certainly a good start to that busy week. Friend controlling on the sideline. They'll say when it's out of bounds, throw in for Med City. Couple injuries of note. Another throw-in for Med City. Abdallah Ba still hoping for a June return. Preseason injury for him. AJ Albers currently out with a back issue. And then Nick Hutton had a penalty kick goal last week for the Crows in Sioux Falls. He's in the 18, but not starting this evening, so hoping he's back in fit form sooner than later. Just the 4th minute here at James D. Hansen. No score, throw in. Jared Wolt, a long one, needed to be fisted out by Nair. Now controlled in the box, an opportunity, clearance by Whitney Brown. Now trying to counter, there's Ben Wexler in the middle. Quick turnover, nice step in. That was Nick Rosler for Med City. Now Dumich in the midfield, one-man show. Repetto comes back, now back to Repetto. Early possession and pressure from Med City. Now forward for Neto. Too far, nice job by Aaron Olson to get back there. Branden McGarrity, a newer face to the Minneapolis City roster. Branden McGarrity, by the way, Carleton College, all-time leading scorer at Carleton College, 2015 MIAC Player of the Year. Loving Branden McGarrity and the opportunities he might have tonight. Jared Wolt, out of Garrido. Outside to Mujits. Aaron Wagner. Nikitopoulos now pushing it forward. Neto with it. Aaron Olson trying to close him. Now an opportunity for a cross. Max Kent stepping in. Back to Neto. Another cross. Another header out. Now Frank moving forward. Looking for McGarrity. So far what you're seeing, Med City making it difficult for any extended possession for Minneapolis. Closing out every bit of possession by the Crows. Ball back in the hands of the visitors. All alone, Mujic. French shoulder-to-shoulder battling. He'll cross it open. Goal! For Med City FC. Repetto on the back end. And it is 1-0 for the Medics. On the road early on. Just the 7th minute. An early conceding goal. And without the advantage of replay, you'll see that Repetto was completely unmarked on the back side of the goal. Not a lot Nair can do in that situation. He's got to face the business in hand as Mujic comes forward and Frent unable to push him off the ball. Simple finish by Claudio Repetto. And again in the 7th minute, 1-0 now in favor of Med City. Frent with it. Miscommunication with McGarrity. Now forward once again, Neto. Really pushing the pace early. Nice job by Mark Height just to clear that out. Definitely need to see composure from Minneapolis now. Difficult to rebound from an early goal. You can let it beat you twice. So let's see how they respond here now with so much time left. Wagner. Itopoulos, excuse me. And they'll reset. Itopoulos again. Now to Wolt. Both teams' aspirations of the MPSL's playoffs. A year ago, it was Duluth City. Duluth FC and Dakota Fusion, finishing first and second, respectively, in the conference and in the division. Both easily beaten up on by Detroit City, who advanced to the National MPSL semifinal. But both of these teams with quality aspirations for postseason play. Ben Wexler, now to Whitney Browne. Mujic. More urgency in the last couple of minutes from Minneapolis City. Crows fans should be happy for that. Mujic pushing it forward. A failed flick by Charlie Adams, but Nair is there. It is nice to see James Nair healthy in net for the Crows, working his way back from an ACL injury a year and change ago. Another Carleton College guy. Slowing it down in the back now, Charlie Adams. Bit of rain throughout the day here in the greater Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Here in Osseo, raindrops falling just 10-15 minutes prior to kickoff. It appears to be dry for now. Not too much, though, that has affected playing conditions. More possession by Med City. Nice step in by Stigwart. Now the Browne brothers on the left side trying to close them out. McGarrity. And they'll push it back to Levy. Still without a shot on goal. Thus far in the 10th, near the 11th minute. James D. Hansen Stadium, 1-0. Again, just a few minutes ago, 7th minute tally from Claudio Repetto. Makes it 1-0 visitors. Martin Browne with it now. Getting forward now, Frent on the wing. Trying just to save it. He does keep it in bounds. Steps through one defender, and Mujic just comes in and clears it. But it is the first corner of the night. First real offensive opportunity for Minneapolis City. And it will be Martin Browne who takes it. And Martin Browne, as we mentioned at the Open, a player to watch this evening. 3 goals and 6 assists in his 14 games. Liberian national team call-up, Martin Browne. Let's see what he can do in placing this corner kick. Goes inside, heads in the middle. Easily cleared. Ignacio Garrido puts a head on it. We'll try it again. Minneapolis City season tickets up 80% nearly from 2017. Get to MPLSCitySC.com to find out how you can get in the action. Now, another corner in, right into the loving arms of Nate Levy, and out of danger. Garrido with it now, pushing forward. Now forward, all alone. Now pushing forward. Right into the middle. Now Repetto with another opportunity. Going just wide. They will call it a corner. May have been a deflection. Either by Nair. Mark Height in the mix as well. Now a corner opportunity from end to end. Now with Med City with a quick restart. On the back end, it's Wolt. Thirteenth minute. Height in retreat. Now Aaron Olson with Repetto, the goal scorer, tracking his every move. Dangerous pass, trying to get it through to Stigwart. Now turned over to Garrido. Quickly cleared by Aaron Olson. Now McGarrity. He'll switch to Frent. Now to Adams. Browne. And through to his brother Whitney. Streaking forward. A couple of steps too far, but a great opportunity, great idea from Browne to Browne. Mpls. Now Wagner with it. Very midfield heavy lineup for Med City. Working to their advantage early. Dumic. Now forward to Mujic. Too far. Max Kent trips. Now Mujic has it. Repetto. He'll take a shot. Nair is right there. Stigwart. Martin Browne now looking for Whitney on a streak. Mpls tracking him. Slowing the play down, trying to find somebody to work with. McGarrity with a shot opportunity. Just not enough pace on it. And a save by Levy. Finding a bit more connectivity in the attacking third are Minneapolis City. Maybe slowly building in confidence as the match continues. Wagner now. Roessler to Repetto. Now Mpls. Stepping in is Mark Hyde. Now McGarrity. Stigwart. Now to Wexler. Easy forward to Front. And an easy step in by Wagner. Throw in Minneapolis City. This is your national game of the week, Minneapolis City and Med City, here at John D. Hanson Stadium in Osseo. Thanks for joining us. Dangerous play. Now Repetto has it open. He'll try to flick it to the middle for Neto. Just too far. By a prayer and a thread, Max Kent lives to see another day after nearly a dreadful decision, heading that back to James Nair, lucky to concede a corner and not a second first half goal to the visitors. They'll serve it in, a head off of Wagner. Now Whitney Browne chasing it. Garrido trying to keep it in. It will be a throw-in. Collective deep breaths happening among the Crows fan base. Now Adams, Stigwart. Ben Wexler with it. Now McGarrity appears to be onside. Now Frent will have it. Some fancy footwork from Goose. He'll take a shot. Field goal maybe. Goal, not a chance. Goal kick, Med City FC. Fantastic season for Isaac Frent a year ago. 6 goals and an assist for Minneapolis City. If you're a Minnesota United FC fan up this way, you've heard of Loons rookie Mason Toye, a teammate of Isaac Frent's at University of Indiana, a couple of Hoosiers. Goose appearing in 6 games for the Hoosiers last season. The playmaking ability of number 9, an important part of the game plan tonight for the Crows. Slowly seeing more action here, 18th minute. Still 1-0 Med City. Getting her to Mujic on the sideline. Nice step in by Goose. Now Stigwart battling. He'll get it outside to Adams. Now Max Kent, hopefully trying to rebuild some confidence after that header back to Nair. Onside, Ben Wexler, just too far. Quick movements forward. Garrido now to Dumic. Defensively too much. You are seeing Minneapolis City trying to push this thing forward. Hit the home run pass, as they've had some trouble thus far possessing and moving forward. Stingy defense with Med City. And now another free kick. Garrido serves it in. Nair snipes that thing out of the air, pushing it forward immediately. Here's Height with it. Now Browne of the Martin variety, forward to his brother Whitney. He'll push it forward for Frent with the flick and over. Beautiful connectivity between Browne and Frent there. Roessler. McGarrity turning it over now. He'll get it to his guy Wexler. Now back to Wexler. Turnover there. And Stigwart will draw the foul. A little too physical from Dumic. Now a quick restart. Aaron Olson has it. There's Martin Browne. Whitney. Martin. Now Stigwart. Now to Frent. Trying to dribble through multiple defenders. Not working for him. Now Med City trying to counter. It's Neto. He'll have Dumic on the outside. Charlie Adams retreating quickly. Max Kent with the header in the correct direction. Adams now. Martin Browne. Another home run pass. Mpls not letting it through. Garrido to Neto. Some space. Coming across the mouth, and nice save to his right is James Nair. The turf providing some slick spin on the Neto shot. Minneapolis City still trying to find answers. Height with it. Now McGarrity. Tough first touch. Trying to fight his way back. He does for a moment. Stepping in, that's Garrido and Mpls. Easy turnover for them now, Roessler. Neto, the intended recipient of that pass. Poor pass by Charlie Adams, turning over to Roessler in the midfield. '23rd minute. John D. Hanson Stadium here in Osseo, home of the Orioles and your Crows. Wagner. Mujic. The goal scorer, Repetto, looking to find Neto. Unsuccessful in doing so. Now Wexler in the middle. Now forward for McGarrity. Not too many people are fast enough to catch up to that one. Now a throw in for Med City. Rosler. Mpls. Now turnover, Olsen stepping in, Frent with an opportunity to move forward. Now Wexler making a run, and he's by Wagner, who catches up to him quickly. Tough first touch from Ben Wexler. But a throw into the Crows. Another opportunity here in the 25th minute. Now he can turn around McGarrity. And a goal for Minneapolis City. How was he left open inside the area like that? And so quickly, as shocked as I am, Branden McGarrity able to turn in the box. No one challenging him. Nate Levy, no chance. And we are level at John D. Hansen Field. Crows fans exceptionally passionate and happy and awake following the equalizer from Branden McGarrity. All he did was score goals at Carleton College, and now all he's doing is scoring goals for your Minneapolis City Crows. A bit of life put into this one now. Mujic keeping it in. No, he did not. Throw in, Minneapolis City. Now forward again. There's McGarrity. He's going to need some help. Rosler stepping in. Now Garrido pokes it free. McGarrity just waves the white flag. Nothing he could do about that. Now Mpls. Garrido. Shoulder shoving with Wexler. Now Wagner. Whitney Browne. To his brother Martin, now to Wexler. Wexler challenged by Neto. Now back to Adams. Now to Martin Browne. Tied up by Repetto. And they will eventually blow the whistle. Free one for Minneapolis. 1-1 here in your national game of the week. MPSL action. Minneapolis City and Med City. The Crows and the Medics. McGarrity turns, pushes forward. Now Wexler with the touch to Whitney Browne. We'll call it offside by a hair. If he shaves his head, he's onside. Now McGarrity with the takeaway. Physical presence by McGarrity, putting a bunch of pressure. Now Neto. Throw in for Minneapolis City. '28th minute. A very evenly matched one here in Osseo this evening. Minneapolis City building confidence following the equalizer from Branden McGarrity. Have had trouble all night, though, possessing into the attacking third. Home run passes not working. A couple of corner kicks to no avail. Big throw in from Wexler. Now McGarrity. Now the turnover. They're headed the other way. Repetto. A goal in his name in the 7th minute. Got things started here early on. Back to Levy. Pressure increasing for Minneapolis City. Aaron Wagner trying to shoulder it, save it, do anything he could. Just too much from the goalkeeper. And a throw in for the Crows. Looks like Adams will take it. Now to McGarrity. Now Wolt will just head it back to Levy. Bit of indecision there from the defender. Now Mpls with it to Roessler. He'll try to switch it for Neto. Mujic running down behind him. Now Neto, not to be denied, he'll get it to Repetto. Left foot from Repetto. Defended nicely. No whistle called for Mujic in the shoulder. His front hits the floor. Now Garrido to Neto. Pushing in. He'll cross it. And Height will clear it out. As it looked like Ali Fawaz. Have not said his name much tonight. Fawaz on the backside was ready to finish that thing. Mark Height to the rescue. Corner kick, Med City. Into the box, and just over the crossbar. Browne with it, trying to find a friend, and he'll find McGarrity. Making a run, Whitney Browne on the far side, he'll control. Tough first touch, maintains it. Now Stigworth. Back to Browne. A bit of retreat to compose themselves. Now forward for Frent. Mpls sniffed that out immediately, and it goes harmlessly back to Levy. .32 minute, still 1-1. Under the lights, MPSL. Minneapolis City hoping to defend their home turf. They think 3 points got away from them last week. 2-1 lead, fluky 40-yard goal, and suddenly they're leaving with 1 point instead of 3. Meanwhile, Med City trying to get their season started off fresh with a victory on the road. And they will get the free kick. Some jockeying for position, whistle blowing. Dumich on the ball. And they'll put it in for the defenders. Repetto trying to fight for a head on it. Cleared out by Charlie Adams. Oof. A one-time whiff. He's got to be offside. Flag never came up. Fortuitous bounce. A one-time whiff by Neto. Ends up potentially being a go-ahead goal for Med City. Nair in the right spot, as he has been for the most part tonight. Now Whitney Browne making Mpls feel awful, and just to the right of the net, Martin Browne. A deflection and a save from Levy leads to another corner for the Crows. Smooth footwork by Whitney Browne, putting Nick Mpls on skates. And another attacking opportunity for the home team in the 34th minute. Martin sets. It's in to the back end and nobody home. Goal kick, Med City. Whitney Browne with a 28th minute goal in Sioux Falls last week. That was the go-ahead to make it 2-1. As I mentioned earlier, a draw was the final tally there. But 2 goals, 2 assists in 9 games with Minneapolis City last season. Many remember him for the 2017 Open Cup. The 2 goals that he had, including the game winner against Oakland County in the 2017 U.S. Open Cup bid. The Browne brothers, a big part of some of the successful moments for this Minneapolis City club. Throw-in happening quickly for the Crows. Now Stigwart with it. Max Kent pushing forward. Height hiding on the sideline. Quick turnover though, step in. Now Repetto. Roessler. Dumich. Max Kent just making the smart play. Get it out. Now a quick throw in. Dumich. Battling with Whitney Browne. Olsen with the head on it. Stigwart will clear it. McGarrity in the mix. Now Mujic. Charlie Adams quickly pushing it forward to Frent. Mujic, so good tonight. Pushing forward in the attacking end and then retreating to make things difficult here on the wing for Minneapolis City. Now Martin Browne, home run pass for his brother. It does connect. Now Mpls and Ali Fawaz. Nice job by him, making himself known. Roessler. Now Garrido. You're seeing forward, I believe it's Fawaz on the end. Now Dumich trying to find an angle. And Stigwart, the stalwart. Forward for Repetto, too far. Nair takes over from there. Max Stiegwart. Nice addition to the roster this evening. He was with Minneapolis City in 2016, a couple of goals in 4 games. Also a member of the U14 and U15 U.S. national teams. University of Central Florida. Played with the Knights down there in 2017, and now he's with Minneapolis City. And now Frent, the Hoosier, pushing forward. Wagner stepping in. Nice defensive work by number 2. Nice pressure by Minneapolis City's Goose. And another corner for the Crows. Ben Wexler near side, providing a short option. We'll see how Martin Browne plays this. And now to Stiegwart. He'll take a one-touch. A very optimistic approach from number 7. It will be a goal kick for Med City. Again, the goal scorer is Claudio Repetto in the 7th minute for Med City. Equalizing was Branden McGarrity for City in the 25th minute. And we are all level. Cloudy but pleasant here in Osseo, Minnesota this evening. So far, as mentioned in the open, a couple of players to watch for this national game of the week for Minneapolis City. Isaac Frent, Martin Browne, both of them integral parts. Neither on the score sheet, both very productive thus far. Throw in for City. Now McGarrity, all alone, untouched. He'll control in the box, trying to get it forward. Now Ben Wexler with an opportunity. You look at McGarrity on the field, you don't assume that he's going to sneak past anybody. But a couple different times, both on his goal, moments like that there, they've lost him. He hasn't been marked, and he's been a force inside the 18. Wagner. Now that's Kent with it. Stiegwart. Now Charlie Adams. Charlie Adams, Gustavus graduate, All-North Conference player last year in the MPSL for Minneapolis City. A goal and assist for him a year ago. Ooh, turned over. Bad touch. Neto with it. Stiegwart redeeming himself. But now Garrido pushing it forward with Mujic on the outside. He'll opt to push it inside. Now Neto with a big leg. Now Repetto back to Neto. Potential volley. Sniffed out. Nice job by Max Kent applying the pressure there in the middle. Wexler, Mr. Consistent in the midfield. Everything's physical. Everything's a grind for his opponents. He does it well, keeps possession there. Now Martin Browne with it. And forward for McGarrity, who is onside. Fawaz back there once again to poke it free from number 20. Bit of pace here as the first half starts to wind down. Now Wexler on the ground holding what appears to be left knee or ankle. Just a bit knocked up. He's up quickly trying to walk it off. We'll see where he's at. Meanwhile, Minneapolis City continuing to press as Height on the outside attempts to center. Fawaz all over him. A throw-in for City. Ben Wexler, though, still struggling to stay upright. Just outside the 18-yard box. We'll see as he... And a collision, meanwhile, as well. It's Dumich and Martin Browne having quick words for him despite the quick restart now. Neto. He's got Mujic outside. He'll try to push it through. Charlie Adams smartly sniffing that one out. Now Stigwart. Wexler appears to be fine for now. We'll see how he reacts with a possession. Now his first touch, which simple enough. Now to Stigwart. Wolt. Now Rosler. Over. Mujic. And a throw in for Minneapolis City. Now McGarrity running through. All he's done is been open. He can get in alone if he's got an opportunity. Wolt fires. Go! Nearly a go-ahead goal from McGarrity. Credit to Jared Wolt for at least making it difficult for him to get a shot off. And then the save by Levy in close quarters. Wexler taking the corner from Minneapolis City. And it'll be a close one. Charlie Adams nearly getting a foot on it, quickly cleared. That is an example, though, talking about keys for Minneapolis City this evening. It's a great save from Nick Levy that keeps Branden McGarrity from not only his second goal tonight, but converting those chances. Remaining 1-1 here at John D. Hansen. Rosler. In the first half, has come to a conclusion here at John D. Hansen, and it is 1-1. Clock operator issues. We'll try to fix it and be better in the second half. Minneapolis City hosting Med City. It is your national game of the week. MPSL action. Minneapolis City and Med City all locked up at 1. 7th minute, Repetto. Claudio Repetto notches one for the visitors. And in the 25th minute, Branden McGarrity handling work inside the box unmarked and able to turn and put one past Nick Levy to even it up. I'm Eric Nordquist. We'll be back for second half action shortly. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's Saturday Night Soccer here in Osseo. Welcome back. It's John D. Hansen Stadium here in Osseo, Minnesota. Saturday Night Soccer. It's your national game of the week. Minneapolis City hosting Med City FC here in the National Premier Soccer League. And 1-1, your halftime score through 45. Just a minute or two as players are starting to walk back onto the field before action resumes. Bringing up players to watch coming into this. First to reset, 7th minute, the visitors get on the board first. Claudio Repetto with an easy backside finish by the hands of James Nair to make it 1-0 in favor of Med City. 25th minute, Branden McGarrity unmarked in the box, able to turn and finish to equalize 1-1. That's how we got to where we are. Players to watch for Minneapolis City. They've been pretty productive too, not necessarily on the score sheet, but certainly in pushing pace, possessing, and forcing the issue for Minneapolis City. Both Martin Browne, of course, 6 assists, leading the team a year ago. Liberian national team call-up last season, 3 goals and 6 assists in his 14 games. He's been productive in the middle of the field. And then Isaac Frent, his friends call him Goose, led the team in goals with 6 a year ago. He's been pushing the right side pace as well. So players to watch, they've done their job, and both teams on the score sheet here in through 45. And now as the second 45 starts to begin shortly, we'll see if we can find any first half changes, although I think both sides of the equation have to feel fairly happy with how they performed. Interesting 3-5-2 lineup and formation by Med City has made it difficult for Minneapolis City to possess through into the attacking third. You saw a lot of home run pass attempts, and Whitney Brown pushing it. Branden McGarrity found himself in space a couple of different times, some scoring opportunities. But ultimately, whether it's Wagner, Wolt, Mpls in the back, you've seen Ali Fawaz supporting that defensive effort. Garrido, very good in the middle for Med City in the first half. Defensively very strong for Med City. And of course, following the 7th minute goal conceded, Minneapolis City defensively has rebounded quite nicely as well. So teams lining up. They've said their pleasantries. And second half action beginning here shortly at John D. Hansen Stadium. I'm Eric Nordquist. I'm here with you. Thanks for hanging out with us for Saturday Night Soccer. Thus far, scanning the field, I don't see any personnel changes. I'll update you as soon as I recognize one. Neto possessing for Med City early. And they will call it out. It will be a throw-in. Now controlling Aaron Olson. Aaron Olson, one of Minneapolis City's first signings. Trinity College in Texas. He's a St. Paul native. Charlie Adams pushing forward. Fawaz gets a foot on it for Med City. Wolt clearing it out. And too far for Neto. Throw in Minneapolis. Last time these teams met up, season finale 2017. Now forward, an opportunity for Frent being outraced, Mujic. And they will call the free kick. It appears that it's just outside. Or are they giving the throw in? And Frent is down. That is nasty. We'll see. Isaac Frent, the Hoosier. 6 goals and an assist last summer. Appeared in 6 games with Indiana in the 2017 Hoosiers campaign. The season that brought Indiana to the Final Four, by the way. His teammate with Indiana, Mason Toy, drafted 7th overall by Minnesota United FC in the MLS Super Draft. And he is down. Significant amount of pain for number 9, it appears. His right leg seems to be the focus. Very silent here at John D. Hansen. Now being brought to his feet. And at least at this stage, very ominous looking scene, unable to walk. And we certainly hope he's all right. Very unfortunate way to start the second half here. Hopeful to receive positive updates on him. And we will see shortly the substitution that they choose to make. Although at this point, it looks like Tim Wills warming up very quickly on the sideline to come in for Goose. Seemed like there may have been a foul on the play. It was inside the 18. Very easily, a penalty could have been given.
49 minutes, number 9, Isaac Brent was substituted by number 12, Will Kidd.
And it'll be Will Kidd entering. Excuse me. Will Kidd helped St. Thomas to the D3 NCAA tournament in 2017. 4 goals for Minneapolis City last year. 2 of them game winners. So Will Kidd certainly can be a game changer. Hopefully, if any updates on Isaac Frent are brought forth, we can do that for you. And it is indeed Tim Wills, it looks like he is in as well, replacing Ben Wexler. Ben Wexler, nice first half for him. He has the rest of the night off. It'll be Tim Wills in there, along with Will Kidd, the dual substitutions. Throw in Med City. Fawaz with it, 6th minute of the second half. Or I could say the 41st minute, excuse me. Dumich controlling, battling through. Martin Browne able to turn over the ball. McGarrity making a run far side now as Martin looking for someone to distribute. Max Kent controlling in the back. Stigwart. Now Olsen. Looking forward, it is McGarrity with possession. And he'll take a shot. And it sneaks in the right post. Did Levy think it was going wide? I believe most of us at John D. Hansen thought it was going wide. And that's goal number 2. Branden McGarrity, 2 goals tonight. This one coming in just the 52nd minute. To me, to the crowd, and apparently to Nate Levy, it appeared to be going wide, but it sneaks in the right post. And it is 2-1 Minneapolis City. And in terms of keys to the game, a team that struggled to convert their chances on the road a week ago in Sioux Falls and Minneapolis City. A goal in the first half, a beautiful turn and finish by McGarrity there in the 25th minute, and now in the 52nd minute, you have a situation where just trying to put pressure on net, something on frame, and an unfortunate situation for Levy. Leaves that thing in the bag. 2-1 Minneapolis. Now a throw in for Med City. Fawaz, Dumich now with it. We'll try and switch to Neto. Now Mujic. And McGarrity all over the field now. Long throw in. Wills trying to control. Stigwart will get it to McGarrity. Now forward to Wills. Wagner easily chasing that down. He'll just push it out safely. Will be a throw in for Minneapolis City. Now Height will take it. Pressure from Roessler. Whitney Browne. That's Will Kidd. One of the few touches he's had tonight since coming on in substitution of Frent. Now Kidd trying to find Wills. Had his back turned. Now Neto on the outside. Dumich with him with pace. Neto, difficult to knock him off the ball, no doubt about it. A couple of shots for him in the first half. Mpls looking for Neto. Olsen there with the head. And Kent, did he dribble it out of bounds? They'll say that he did. Throw in Med City. Now the visitors supplying their own pressure as Fawaz restarts it. There's Dumich, now to Fawaz. He'll chip it in. Mujic, so close for Mujic. Will they call it a corner? They certainly will. Appeared to deflect. I believe that was Branden McGarrity on the back end. Now Neto will take the corner for Med City. '56th minute. Now he'll inside. Header potentially. Game is now equal. It is 2-2 in very, very short order. Jared Wolt appeared to be the goal scorer there. And now 2-2. And we've seen that difficulty throughout really the entire match. Difficulty marking inside the 18. Bringing a lot of size in there, whether it be Mpls, the height of a Wolt, Wagner, physical. Repetto, of course, the earlier goal scorer. Now Med City continuing to push. Another throw in. Martin Browne. Now McGarrity. Will Kidd. Couple of game winners in 2017. He's trying to sniff one out now. Whitney Browne in support. We'll go far side as Martin Browne just hits the deck. Goal kick, Med City. National Game of the Week. National Premier Soccer League. Minneapolis City, Med City. Meat Grinder, 2-2. Here at John D. Hansen Field in Osseo. Happy Saturday to you. That's Mujic chesting it down for Neto. Now Mujic pushing it on the side. Charlie Adams in support. Can he keep it out from being a corner? They're going to give the corner. Another corner kick opportunity. Neto again. And he'll go far side. Mpls with the header on it. This one's significantly easier for Nair. And I do need to correct myself. I thought it was Jared Wolt with the goal. It is Nick Mpls. It's been credited to Mpls as the 57th minute goal for Med City, which again evens it up at 2-2. Mpls, you can see dangerous on the back end there. Had another opportunity. No luck this time around. Now Dumic with it. Minneapolis City really lacking urgency right now. Very much on their heels over the last 7-8 minutes. Now another corner. And Med City brings the trees in once again. You'll see Mpls number 4. You'll see Wolt, number 17, both inside the 6. Nair having to assert himself to get it out. And now he's able to grasp it and shut everything down. Height. Now Wolt in retreat. Back to Levy. Now Rosler. Finding Neto all alone. Charlie Adams quick in support, but Mujic. Now Olsen. He allows the shot, but it's easy for Nair. Now a throw in for Med City. And also it appears that Aaron Wagner's night is done. A substitution made. Now forward for Repetto. Looking for a second goal. Throwing himself on the ground is Repetto. To no avail. Referee saying, are you either hurt or could you please get up? Not calling or pointing to the spot on that one. But Aaron Wagner's night done. Number 24, Adriano Baeta. In relief, number 24.
Let's go, Med City!
Now playing defensively for Med City. Med City with the throw in here. Fawaz with it. Now to Dumic. Whitney Brown, they'll call the foul on him there. 63rd minute, tied 2-2. And we're going to get a yellow card. Whitney Brown in the 63rd minute, a yellow card. Now Neto. You'll see Wolt, number 17 in the middle, matched up with Max Kent, a potential target there. The goal scorer, Nick Mpls, on the back end. But it'll be a quick service by Garrido into the box, low. Ultimately harmless. Now Whitney Brown with it all alone. He does have pace, and he is in alone for the go-ahead, and no! So close, far wide, right post. And we stay even We've seen Whitney Browne use that speed before. But only Levy to beat. He is not able to keep it on frame, and it stays 2-2. Sigh of relief for the Med City faithful in attendance, 65th minute. Now Rosler. That's Mujic. Tough first touch. But now pushing forward, the substitute by Eta. Now Dumic in the mix. Throw in Minneapolis. Rosler controls. Still controls. Can't get it off his foot. Charlie Adams steps in, but they're going to give a free kick now. Aaron Olsen with his arms out, wondering what he did wrong. Dangerous position, really, for the last 15 minutes. Minneapolis City on their heels. Score is tied. Now Neto. Repetto right in the middle, and he'll just fire Neto. Not anywhere near. Not on the same planet as the frame there. Dangerous restart by Nair. Stigwart having to get rid of it quickly. Now Charlie Adams puts the wheels down, but Garrido controls for Med City. Now Baeta, we'll see, yeah, there's another whistle. Charlie Adams showing frustration there. Baeta a bit ginger as he gets up. Appears to be fine. Now Dumic. And Garrido. Looking for Repetto. Too much pace, a little bit of a miscommunication. That'll head back to the Minneapolis City goalkeeper. McGarrity controlling in the middle. Stigwart. He'll push outside to Height. Now Stigwart. Now Adams and to McGarrity. McGarrity both goals tonight for the Crows. Turning it over. Now Rosler with it. Forward to Neto. Just Max Kent in his way. He'll take the right foot, and Nair makes the save. Fantastic save by James Nair. Max Kent, unfortunately, giving up a bit of an angle to Neto. Well done by Neto, testing Nair. Nair up to the challenge. Does concede a corner kick here in the 69th minute, James D. Hansen Stadium. Neto restarting it. Cleared by Height. Now Martin Browne forward to Whitney, but Fawaz is there. Med City happy possessing at this point, but very aggressive. Looking for the go-ahead goal on the road. They want all 3 points. We'll see a throw in for Minneapolis, a bit too close to the end line there. And on the ground, physical play. Minneapolis City fans very frustrated that no foul was called there, as McGarrity still picking himself up off the turf. Tim Wills pushing it forward. Second half substitute, now McGarrity. Quick toes by the ref, not to impede. Now Martin Browne. Now forward for Tim Wills. Wolt, the quicker man there in that situation. Now Stigwart. Now forward, Whitney looking in the middle. And they will concede a corner. Wolt trying to keep that thing in bounds. Got his body in front of the cross from Whitney Browne. But it will be a corner for the Crows. And they're going to give the handball. It is indeed a penalty. Initially, I thought it was all torso from Wolt, but maybe they're giving the handball instead. And now you have Martin Browne in the 71st minute from the spot. Can Nate Levy keep this thing tied, or will Martin Browne take the lead for Minneapolis City? Ref gives it to him. And easily into the right side of the net, and it is 3-2 Crows. You can tell Nate Levy feeling like he wanted to go to his right. And Martin Browne, first goal of the 2018 campaign for Minneapolis City, and now it is 3-2. 3-2 Minneapolis City as we are now in the 72nd minute. And that's been the type of this game. Med City very game on the road here against Minneapolis City thus far. And in a situation where offensive scoring chances have been few and far between in this second half for Minneapolis City, it felt like it might take a moment like that to really spring something, and Martin Browne able to capitalize, converts the penalty, 3-2 Minneapolis City. Charlie Adams called with the foul there. Claudio Repetto adjusting his guards and socks. Now Tim Wills with a hip check. Roessler. Now Martin Browne mowing through. It appears that Roessler is down on the ground. Martin Browne, tough challenge from Jared Wolt. And he will get a yellow card. And now it's 73rd minute. It's 3-2. And a dangerous opportunity for Minneapolis City. Stigwart, Martin Browne, both around the ball. Will Kidd making a run along the outside. Nice defensive work. Whitney Browne with a shot. That one's easy for Nate Levy. And he'll try to push it up forward right away to Neto. Well out of control was that kick. A handball leading to a go-ahead goal and a yellow card in about a 3-minute span. Not Jared Wolt's favorite moment here in Osseo this evening. Now fighting with Tim Wills, and they'll call the whistle on him again. Frustration building, of course. Starting to get into the final 15 minutes of this match. Med City certainly carrying their weight in this one. But an extra opportunity and an extra tally means the home crowd looking for 3 points now. Whitney Browne. McGarrity. A couple goals himself. Now Whitney Browne. Just a bit too hard on the first touch. It'll be a goal kick for Med City. Still a fair amount of time as we enter the 75th minute. Again, Repetto in the 7th minute makes it 1-0 Med City. A couple of goals in the 25th and 52nd minute from Branden McGarrity. Suddenly, the Crows have a 2-1 lead. But then Mpls, just 5 minutes later, 57th minute, makes it 2-2. And the penalty conversion from Martin Browne in the 71st minute. 3-2 Minneapolis City in your national game of the week. National Premier Soccer League action on a Saturday night here in Minnesota. Now Dumic to Neto. Mujic. Last touched by number 10. Throw in Minneapolis City. Now McGarrity trying to work through the defense. But he's getting help from Wills. Now the flag came up. He was definitely offside. It appeared by his step. Good ideas. McGarrity and Wills working together there. Now Mujic. Neto, a force for Med City throughout. Bad touch by Olsen and another corner kick. Substitution as well, it appears Jared Wolt, the aforementioned yellow card beholder. And handball, we'll see where this, Nair punching that one out of danger. Now Dumic. Into the net, and it's nearly tied. Mpls finding himself alone inside the 18. And Nair snatching it out of harm's way, keeping the 1-goal advantage. Jared Wolt, his night has ended. Javier Mila, number 16, now in for Med City. As Minneapolis controls, but Fawaz now getting it to Rosler. Urgency setting in. Neto once again with that right foot. Now Mila. First opportunity for him on the pitch tonight. In over the head. Now Repetto clearing it back over across. Adams with the header. Mujic now just cleared out safely by Martin Browne. Pressure being put on by Med City. And Repetto again in space. He'll fire, but to no avail. Over the crossbar, out of danger. Goal kick, Minneapolis City. Minneapolis City fans now starting the clock watch, 78th minute. Goalkeeper James Nair, no hurry by number 13. Looking very Peter Cech-like this evening. Mark Height. Savvy defensive work from number 3, earning himself a throw-in. Now Whitney with the flick. Mpls able to control. Rosler. Another throw-in for Minneapolis. Height into McGarrity. Ooh, Wills fighting for an opportunity. Now Whitney trails him. He'll take it. Looking for Wills. He can shoot or he can distribute. He'll take the shot, and it'll be left of the net. Well done by Whitney Browne, finding himself a bit of space. He had options. He chose to shoot. More pressure being put on Med City. Quick restart for them. Now a throw in for Med City. Fawaz to Rosler. And that's Garrido. Busy night for number 22 in the middle for the visitors. Trying to find Repetto over his head. Max Kent, the benefactor of that. And we should see a yellow card here. And that's Nick Rosler. He knew he was beat. Just grabbed the jersey of Martin Browne, slow things down. Now Kent on the ball to restart. Looking for Whitney Brown. It is Fawaz there defensively. He'll push it out. Throw in for the Crows. Final 10-minute stretch here at James D. Hansen Field. 3-2. 1 goal margin in favor of the home team. Despite being under fire from a large part of the second half, Minneapolis City defending well for the most part. Able to convert a penalty, 71st minute. That's the difference here. Now restart and push forward. Stigwart giving way to Repetto. Now Repetto battling, some hand fighting happening. We'll probably see a yellow card going the way of Stigwart, and we do. And they're moving quickly.
Let's go, Med City! Come, Med City!
It's Mila on the ball now. He'll push it to Garrido. Now to Baeta. Max Kent, aggressive defensively to get that thing out of the 18. Repetto looming. And it does appear another substitution has been made. Ali Fawaz. Good night for him. His night is over. Gracious Kashik taking over, number 11, here on the near side. Levy controlling. Now Rosler in the middle. He has space. And he'll find Mujic, who is open and with space, but small collision there. Mujic and Nair. Nair wins that battle. Baeta clearing it. There's Kashik, who just runs over Mark Height. He came in ready to go full speed, and he put Mark Height right on the turf. Doesn't appear to be intentional. Bit of a lower back knock for Height. And we'll see if he's able to continue. And he's asking for a sub. That quickly, Height's night is over. '84th minute. (3-2) here at James D. Hansen in Osseo, Minnesota. Sun setting. Sun setting on the chances of Med City as the time continues to tick. Still just one good opportunity away from equalizing. Trey Benhart replacing Height. He's number 18. You'll see him as Aaron Olson switches to the outside. Benhart moves into the middle in the center back position. Now Martin Browne. He'll get it out to Olson. Not the best pass he's ever made, but it works. Whitney Brown now on the outside, chasing him. Mpls has been all over the field tonight for Med City. Fantastic game for number 4. He's able to clear it out, forced to throw in. Martin Browne into the middle. Nate Levy not interested in waiting to see how that works. He'll just dive and grab that one himself. Stigwart and Repetto battling for it. Now Baeta, out to Mujic. Now Mila. Certainly plenty of time for Med City to equalize. But every possession is more important. And if you can't keep it in bounds, it isn't helping. Throw in Minneapolis City. Kent long for Wills. Wills trying to control. Nice job by Baeta to step in. But that is headed to no one at all. Maybe he thought Neto was making a run, but Repetto was nowhere near it. Now Nair taking his time to pick it up. Asking everyone to push up. And now he'll put it up. Baeta with a bit of a shove on Will Kidd. So Kidd's able to draw the free kick. 87th minute now. Still 3-2. Very evenly fought match here. Thankfully, it's your national game of the week in MPSL, Minneapolis City and Med City. Two teams that fell short of MPSL postseason action a year ago, both hoping and having aspirations of getting to the playoffs in 2018. Minneapolis ended the playoff dreams a year ago for Med City. I'm sure the visitors had their own hopes of offering negativity to the Crows tonight. Thus far, that has not happened. Now Garrido pushing it forward. Mujic on the outside. Neto. Good action between him and Mujic. Now Neto blasting through. Big tackle. It looked like it was Charlie Adams who hit the turf. All conference in MPSL a year ago. Not an offensive juggernaut, though he did have a goal. But defensively very stout, number 25 for the Crows. Now Olson.
Let's go, Med City!
Another substitution coming. Martin Browne, his night is done. And what can you say? Martin Browne, player to watch, led the team in assists a year ago, had 3 goals a year ago, Liberian national team call-up a year ago, and he's got the game winner tonight, 71st minute, converting from the spot, Martin Browne. He's done enough. He gets to sit down and take a breather. And it's Matt Murakami, number 26, on his shirt this evening. Gustavus standout now with Minneapolis City, who makes a substitution for Browne. But the action's not done. Here's Whitney. Whitney with pace, and just stepping in his way is Mpls. The touchline was Mpls' friend in that particular case. Now Olson with the throw-in. 89th minute. Shortly to be the 90th minute. Still 3-2. Dumic. Every possession becoming more desperate. Pushing it forward. Max Kent clearing it. Now Garrido stepping into more of a defensive role. Switching spots with Mila. Now Garrido trying to find some action on the outside. That's Dumic. Now into the box, Matt Kent, another header. Desperation time, Mujic. Now Garrido. And some space, they'll call the free kick. I believe it was Tim Wills, maybe with a loose foot to the ankle of Garrido. And from just about 35 yards out, an opportunity as the seconds tick down. Both Repetto, the earlier goal scorer, Francisco Neto, a cannon for a right foot. We'll see how they play this. Neto going for service on the back end. Yet another header. And it'll be a throw-in. Kashik with the throw-in. We are in stoppage time now. Stigwart with the boot. Now Levy pushing up. Full desperation mode. And Dumic can't catch up to it. A bit of frustration from number 21. A full shift he's put in. Throw in for Minneapolis City. 3-2 the advantage. We'll see how much time. Of course, the unfortunate and potentially significant injury to Isaac Frent. Maybe adding to the amount of stoppage time given here. Numerous substitutions and several goals as well. 1-1 at half. Now it's 3-2. Very action-packed, goal-heavy second frame here at John D. Hanson Stadium. Heavy tackle by Tim Wills. It'll be a throw-in for Minneapolis. And Mujic picking himself up slowly off the turf. Quick throw in, now pushing it forward. Can Whitney Browne keep it in? He cannot. Entering the 93rd minute. Tabaeta. Now Dumic pushing forward. Trey Benhart, one of his few touches tonight defensively. Now Neto stepping in. It is Repetto. Now Dumic. Now back to Repetto. Thought about putting a right boot to it. And he turns it over. Whitney Browne with a ton of space. We'll see what he tries to do with it. He'll stop inside. He's got McGarrity with him. Also Tim Wills. Odd number rush. Ooh, Tim Wills attempting. Soft touch pass. Gives it away. And now Olsen. He turns it over now. He's got some open field. And he'll be bodied out by Mujic, but he falls over. Now Aaron Olsen. He'll give it to... He'll take a shot on net. Very easy for Levy with the long throw. Now Mila. Fast and loose here at John D. Hanson in the final moments. Now Dumic getting it forward for Neto. Head on it by Charlie Adams. Now to McGarrity. There's Will Kidd settling it down. Now it's Neto. McGarrity, hands on his knees. He's had a busy night, but he's still giving it everything. Rosler. Now Murakami. Now forward in space, too far for Whitney Browne. It'll be another throw-in. Again, now we are in the 94th, bordering on the 95th minute of stoppage time here. 3-2, Minneapolis City. Med City pushing. Now Neto on the touchline. Head-to-head with Charlie Adams. Adams with body, position, leverage, and it is a goal kick for Minneapolis City. Tremendous individual effort from Charlie Adams to knock Neto off the ball. We are now in the 95th minute. The referee ushering James Nair to hurry this thing up. A few wild cards and yellow cards, in this one. Wolt and Rosler for Minneapolis City. Stigwart and Whitney Brown for Minneapolis. Now they will call it offside. All right, now restarting. It's Garrido with it now. You'll find Mujic on the outside. Will Kidd tracing him. Neto in the middle. Indecisive by Mujic, and McGarrity takes it away. And Mpls there just in time, and it's over. It is done here at John D. Hanson Stadium, your National Game of the Week, National Premier Soccer League action here in Osseo, Minnesota. Minneapolis City, 3-2 the victors over the visiting Med City. Goals from McGarrity in the 25th and 52nd minute. Branden McGarrity, a couple of goals for the Carleton College kid. And then Martin Browne, a player we mentioned at the beginning of the show, a guy to watch tonight with his ability to distribute and create. The go-ahead goal in the 71st minute. Goals from Claudio Repetto and Mpls were the two for Med City, tied at 2-2, and momentum in favor of the visitors for a fair amount of the second half. But a fluke handball on Jared Wolt, defender for Med City, led to the penalty kick opportunity by Minneapolis. And Martin Browne, he doesn't fool around with that stuff. He finished, and a victory and 3 points for the home team, Minneapolis City. Thank you so much for listening and watching a Saturday soccer affair, the National Game of the Week in the MPSL, Minneapolis City 3, Med City 2. I'm Eric Nordquist. So long, and have a beautiful day from John D. Hanson Stadium in Osseo, Minnesota. Good night.